Greetings, everyone. It is another Saturday. Let's wipe over onto the board. Today I have something actually somewhat intelligent to talk about. As you may know, researching various world religions is a bit of a thing I like to do. And today I will be sharing what I've learned with you all. This week's special main topic that I'll try not to spend too long on. Maybe it'll be a long time. I don't know. I only have my notes, some further research I've done. But first, I have to say, today's opening act was Eigen by Malice Miser. You may recognize that voice as Gact, and you are right. This was from the era of Malice Miser, where Gact was the vocalist. I will now switch over to creative exercise. Nintendo. Yeah, here we go. This should bring us to the music I'm seeking. Yeah, here we go. So let's get this popped up and ready. As per usual, anything you guys want to talk about, you can bring up in chat. I will do a cursory look into it on the fly. But first, we should run through my notes on Gnosticism before I, pop into doing stupid-ass tier lists for you all. So let's get that right in there. Perfect. It's not too loud. So let's get my notes up. Alright, so, in the beginning, there was the monad, a singular undividable God. Now, he would later decide to create several lower beings in the pleroma, which is a space encompassing all divine fullness. These beings would be called ions, or ions is the most common term. Now, under Valentinus, the ions would be divided into, looks like, 3 segments, often divided into pairs. So, at the top of the Ogodad, there's Bythos, depth, and Enoia, silence or idea. Splitting off from them are Nous, mind, and aletheia, truth. Down further from them, there's logos, word, and zoe, life. Even further down, anthropos, man, ecclesia, church. These would split off into splitting from the union of logos and zoe, the decad, and splitting from the union of anthropos and ecclesia, church. Splitting off from them would be the dodecad. The dodecad, we'll get to that later. The ions in the decad are bithios, deep, and mixus, commingling. Then there's ageratos, undecaying, and henosis, union. Autophues, self-existent, hedone, pleasure. Akinetos, immovable, and syncrasis, blending. And the final pair are monogenes, only begotten, and Macaria, happiness. And then right at the bottom, the final set, the dodecad, there's Parakletos, helper, pistis, faith, Patrikos, paternal, Elpis, hope, Metrikos, maternal, Agape, love, Ainos, praise, Synesis, intelligence, ecclesiastical, which relates back to, the church, right back up there with ecclesia. Makariotes, happiness, Thelatos, willed, and Sophia, wisdom. That last one is important. The reason I just listed all those off is because they are the, emanations of the monad. So, he made these funny little fellas. And they inherit the pleroma around. Now, Sophia is important. As the final emanation of the monad, she would find herself in a state where she was longing to have the knowledge associated with creation. In doing this, she would create a being that wishes to exist outside the pleroma, called the demiurge, or Yaldabaoth. So let's just, I don't feel like writing either of those, so I'm just going to go on, I'm just going to do something wacky, you just watch. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything wacky. Well, too wacky. I'm just getting a funny little image. Okay, we'll get the image of the demiurge from Shin Megami Tensei 9. So, right here. And as a personification of the desire to create, he would create... No, I want the brush. Fuck. He would go on to create us. More specifically, the material plane. Now, since the material plane exists outside of the pleroma and was created by an imperfect God, bad things happen. That's just how it is. Now, given that this big guy, hang on, given that this big fella does not understand the pleroma's existence, he believes that he created the entirety of existence. Now, it is thought, not by all of them, but by many Gnostics, that the human soul returns to the pleroma upon death, since the human soul is a divine spark of life. You know, as the perfect spiritual form of the first man, Adam Kadmon, existed before the first human, so too did our spirits exist before we did. And from there we come, from there we return. Oh, sorry. All right. There is a big emphasis. All right, let's just clear the board. We don't need this anymore. There is an emphasis on gaining an insight or understanding called Gnosis. Now, the process of gaining Gnosis relies on two things: Mythos. Well, technically three things. So there's Mythos, and Logos. Right? So let's get this bad boy right over here. Now, what's Mythos, you ask? Mythos is the base understanding of the universe. You know, what you see and taking it as face value. Logos is sitting down, meditating, and coming to truly know the factors behind what you've just witnessed. Sorry, my back's itchy. The process of sitting down and converting Mythos to Logos is called Pathos. So, you know, you take Mythos, filter it through Pathos, which is then filtered further through Logos to create Gnosis. And it is believed that from Gnosis, you can reach enlightenment, or as it is also occasionally called, hypostasis. Actually, that's kind of wrong. Hypostasis is a different thing that I'll explain in just a moment. So let's blow that back up to 36. The, path that Mythos takes to become Gnosis, in turn forms it into true mythology instead of just viewing the world. You go from seeing to understanding, from thinking you know to actually knowing. Now, you might think, you might think that from this, there would be no room for a Christ figure, because where do you fit a Christ figure into a wacky little thing about meditating and coming to understand the world? Well, you see, here's how Jesus fits into all this. So there's the monad, right? And he sees that people are struggling in the material world. So, let me just double check. Where the fuck is hypostasis? Let's see. Let's see. That's something we can get to later. So, back to what I was saying. The monad saw us. So he's like, let's take a little. It's a little too fucked. Let's go. So he saw us. And he was like, oh shit, they need some help. So he personified the process of Logos as Christ, ready to just straight drop some gnosis on us. So by filtering raw gnosis through from the monad through Logos, which was embodied by Christ, into the material plane directly, it could, of course, lead to mass enlightenment. Oh, there we go. Let me just give me a second. Sorry, I'm just eating. Now, something I have not touched on yet is the idea of an archon. What is an archon? Now, if you're a stupid little baby man who plays the Genshin Impact, you might say, oh, it's hang on, I'm getting the I'm getting like the gazed looking one. Yeah, you might if you play the Genshin Impact, you might look at that and think, "Oh, I know what that means. It's the wacky superhero fellas like this one." You know, you might think, "Oh, this is what an archon is." And I'm here to tell you right the fuck now. No. No, you're wrong, you're stupid, and you need to go back to preschool. Okay. Okay, this is not a real archon. Okay, this is a big boy stream for big boys. Get your fake ass weeaboo gaming archon out of here. We're talking real religious studies for real big boys. In Gnosticism, an archon is simply a servant of the demiurge. Alright, so servant of the demiurge. Set that back to the right brush. Here we go. Fuck, I put that too low. Let's just, yeah, it's good enough. Yeah. Let me just... So you might now be thinking, well, what do? Alright, so check it. They build the physical world. They prevent souls from leaving. And in some interpretations, they either rule planets or the kingdom of darkness. Okay, let's downsize this a little. Hoink, there we go. Expand. Graphic design is my passion. Now, you might be wondering, hey senior, what the fuck is the kingdom of darkness? Well, the kingdom of darkness is in the, let's see, let me check. The Manichaeist interpretation of Gnosticism. Let's pop over there. Specifically, in the Manichaeist interpretation, the archons are invariably evil, and joined into one ball, they form the Prince of Darkness. Now, this is where it gets a little weird, getting into the hoo-ha hoo-ha, you know, since this is a section of the faith that took on a lot of Zoroastrian properties. But the gist is, that they do a bunch of weird, wacky shit. It's not good. Now, in other writings, there's as many as like over 300 of them. And overall, they're either neutral or fucked up and evil. Let's just tack that on right there. I do not expect you to actually be taking notes for this. I am not a teacher. I just like sharing knowledge that I have. Now, you might be wondering, well, the Demiurge he's basically God. Why does he need help? Because now let's Control A, delete all that, onto the next part. Now, the reason according to Gnostics that we needed Christ, no, not Christ, Christ, Logos, the reason that monad needed to send Christ to us. Here we go. Yeah, the reason Monad needed to send Christ to us is so that, you know, through gaining Gnosis, we could, you know, like, you know, just scoot around the the watchful eye of the Archons and return back to Monad. Deftly avoided. Yeah, let's bump that up to 20. Make that a little smaller. Make that a little smaller. There we go. All right. Yeah, so through Monad sending Christ to give us Gnosis more properly, we could definitely avoid the watchful eye of the Archons and allow our divine sparks to return to the Pleroma. Now, that brings up the question, why the fuck does this matter? Now, you might be wondering, why the fuck does this matter? Oh, I just realized that the, oh, it's all cut up. What? Here. No, I don't want, fuck, suck my ass. I don't want to edit Cache Pope. I want to edit display capture. Hang on, I got you, bros. I gotcha. Yeah, it's good enough. And this matters because, and this is the final part, don't worry, I'm going to stop talking your ear off now. It matters because being physical is, get this, fucking cringe. All right. And really, that statement is a lot of what Gnosticism boils down to. Being physical is fucking cringe. Now, I didn't go over the smaller things like hypostasis or the inner reality, or the difference between psychic and pneumatic. But that's a little something you can look up for yourself. That's a little something you, the viewer, can research for yourself, learn for yourself. Who knows, maybe you'll figure out the fucking essence of Gnosis. But personally, I think it's all bullshit. So let's get tier lists open. Please disable your ad blocker. Don't put ads on your site then, idiot. It's easy. Just don't put ads on your website. Alright, so let's bump this up to 50 on either side. Alright, here we go. So now we've exited the actually smart part. If you don't want to see the dumbest shit you ever seen this side of the fucking sun, you should probably log out now, because I'm going to talk dumb shit. I'm going to make dumb tier lists. It's going to be fun, but stupid. Now, earlier today, I posted the weekly vote. It is currently a tie between allowing Junior more access to the basement, or, get this, allowing a short rest period. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the stream manager, and in the chat, I'm going to post a link to the tweet. I want you all to go in, make your vote, follow the account, do whatever. All I ask is that you go in and you put in a nice little vote to help decide how the experiment develops over the next week. Additionally, on Monday, since it is the 14th, there's going to be a very special event, and I expect some of you to show up. It is a little event meant to act in commemoration of those who cannot find love this year and aren't being spoilsports about it. Hang on, I'm just making a few little adjustments. There we go. Things are a little bit more... There we go. Perfect. I would like to thank those of you who make the time to go and follow the main account for this. It means a lot knowing that the shareholders aren't wasting money on a big old experiment they have no control over. Additionally, I would like to personally thank those of you who come in and chat. I've received at least one piece of fan mail telling me that that Junior and I have a very nice voice, since we have the same one. And I have been cherishing that comment ever since. As such, I will look into allowing him to read more often. Not just the same Lovecraft stuff, but some new stuff. I've got suggestions for him. Now, 20 Heisei Riders. We're doing a Kamen Rider tier list, fellas. Instead of being, would I fight this guy? Would I win in a fight against this guy? We're going to rank them purely on how fresh they look. We're going fresh as fuck. All the way down to fire the suit designer. Needs improvement. Kinda fresh and fresh. Now, we'll start with an easy target. Kamen Rider Ghost, fresh as fuck, dude. Woo! That's a good suit for a good season. Like, you put that on, you're going, well, not just this season, but the suit. You put that on, you're going to look great. You're going to look fun. X-Aid could use a little improvement. All right, I'm sorry, X-Aid fans, but just because it's hot pink doesn't mean it's interesting. Now, Decayed. This is a fresh look. That magenta, woo! Den-O. They should have included each of his 4 forms, because I have opinions on all of them, but on average, they're fresh. Fies. Fresh as fuck. Sleek, but chunky in just the right places. Plus those big, glowing eyes. Woo! You know? Kiva. Based and gacked pilled. Z.O. I respect the look. Double. Fresh as fuck. The two-tone look on both sides, instead of just the overall, you know, suit being one color or the other, it's 2 different colors on each side. That's phenomenal. That's great. Plus split right down the middle. Ooh, that's good shit. That's great. Now, I'm gonna get a little hate for this. Gaim's suits kinda suck. They're kinda bad. Like, I get what they were going for, but ooh, it needed improvement. Maybe a different suit designer entirely. Now, Blade. Still fresh after all these years. After all these years, Kamen Rider Blade's suit design is still fresh as fuck. And I'm glad they made the decision to just keep bringing him back, even though the helmet, it's starting to get kind of yellow. It's kind of a little too generous. It's really yellow. They could do to make a new one. Alright, let's see. Hibiki. I've heard some people dog on Hibiki a bit, and you know what? Fuck them, it's fresh as fuck! Fucking... Like, let's pull up an image. Let's take a look at some of these suits, because just fucking look at them, dude. Dude, that's great shit. Like, ooh. Now that's style. Like, you have the lack of discernible facial features to accentuate the fact that these are otherworldly beings. You know, the nice little abs, the cool-ass harnesses. Like, it all looks great. It all looks good. And while the series itself may have taken some turns that people have found disagreeable, the suits always remained the best. Kamen Rider Drive. Fresh. Not fresh as fuck, but still really, really fresh. Hang on, I'm just checking with the shareholders. There's a bit of a thing. You guys don't need to worry about it. Considering some renovations might get the mystery flesh pit removed from the basement. As much as it breaks my heart to do so, it's just not healthy to have that thing anywhere near human beings. And given the fact that 98% of my staff is human, given how expendable you guys are, yeah. Plus, I don't want my funny little guy falling in there, you know? Like, we don't need to risk the big investor draw getting eaten up, scooped up by the earth, rended asunder from this mortal plane, you know? Hang on, I'm just checking who can I goon up afterwards. Oh yeah, I got someone. You guys are gonna like it. Kuga. Simple, but effective. Even today, I look at Kuga and I think, damn, that's cool. Now, Agito, it's like if you complicated Kuga a little more than you needed to. Forze, this goes hard. This suit goes hard. And I'm glad the series ended up being probably one of the better series. Now, Wizard, also fresh as fuck, even though I prefer Beast. Kabuto. The masked form looks cooler than the cast-off form, and that's a disappointment, because the cast-off form is what you're supposed to get hyped for. O's. Some combinations look really fucking goofy, and given how often a combination just doesn't mesh with others, it's all over the place, man. It's hard to say the quality is averaged out too fresh. So just saying kinda fresh, that does the job. That does the job. Ryuki. Nothing but gold this season. Nothing but gold. Like, you got the cool, you know, Batman-like knight, how he gets big, goofy shoulder pads when he goes into survive form. Same shit for Ryuki. You got Zolda and his big, stupid green robot head, but it still looks great because it fits his theme. It's just a joy this season. Borderline eye candy if you like interesting suits. And then build. Average quality is fresh, but I think that Genius looks kind of dumb. Build Genius looks kind of dumb. You know, I'm gonna replace Fire the Suit Designer with just Gen Urobochi moment. Let me just a quick Google search. Is that how you spell Urobochi? Urobuchi. Fuck, I keep forgetting. Alright, so right above, this is a quick tip for all you tier list heads out there. Right above, make a tier right there for your tier maker logo. Because whether you like it or not, they're going to put that logo on there. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be an eyesore if it's covering up the actual tier list. So you put that little tier up there. Woo! Just the right size. Now, chances are I might get a death threat or two for posting this, but I don't care. I'm going to go on my own personal account and share it, and then I'll retweet it onto the company account. Hell yeah, Gen Urobuchi moment. Now bear in mind, I can't rank those based on story, mainly because, right, I haven't watched every Heisei season yet. Like, it's sad to say, but I wasn't keeping up, you know? And that's something you just have to get used to. All right. Oh. Oh. Perfect. Perfect. I was expecting there to be more monsters. I jumped the gun a little. Anime, huh? I'm not really qualified. Like, I've seen many of these, but I haven't seen all of them, and I don't particularly enjoy anime these days. I'm more of a tokusatsu guy. I've been keeping up with Revice alongside my sister, and it's very fun. It's definitely a season I recommend watching, because the dynamic between Vice and Icky is refreshing. It's also nice to see one of these seasons where the dad isn't evil and the mom isn't dead or evil. Alright, let's see. What little bit of terrorism shall I unleash upon the world next? It's a beautiful night, by the way. Unfortunately, it is currently rather cold, so I am unable to sit outside and really enjoy it, but the snow looks very nice. Oh yeah, let's do this. Alright, so ranging from peak to watch it if you're a masochist. And then there's, you know, and there's, you know, Kino. Epic. Raw. No, peak fiction. There we go. I will be ranking these based on well, you know what? No. Not watch it if you're a masochist. More accurately, I have not seen enough yet. There we go. So, the first series. I wouldn't say it's peak. I wouldn't say it's Kino. It's too slow to be epic, so it must be raw. Haven't seen enough of these yet. Amazon, peak. He's just a funny guy. He's just a silly guy, you know? Like, you go into Kamen Rider Amazon, you can expect to see blood and just a guy being wacky. Stronger, also peak. You see that motherfucker? Beaming confidence. Haven't seen enough of these guys yet, so let's dump them in here. Shin, not quite peak, but Kino, it is great. I love the angle they took. Zeto, really, this trilogy fits right in there. Alright. Haven't seen enough Kuga or Agito yet. Ryuki is epic. Fai's Kino. Blade. Perhaps even peak fiction. Haven't seen enough of this yet. Kabuto was raw, but I don't think I really enjoyed it enough to say it's epic or Kino. Den-O, epic as fuck. You see Momotaro's? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Kiva, Kino. I loved this season from beginning to end. It had me gripped. I was hooked, even. Hooked. I have not seen enough Gaim yet. Ghost. I don't get what all the complaining's about. It's good. It's great. Like, it's just a wacky guy having wacky adventures, fighting for his friends, caring, you know, all that cool shit. And as such, it's just like any other normal season, but with a lower budget. Like, why are people complaining? It's excellent. Like, if you want a great season that's just a little, you know, just a little less spectacular as its contemporaries, you go for Ghost. I have not seen enough Decade. I haven't seen these two yet. And this is raw. It would have been cool to see this upgraded to a full season, but you know. Double, very good. O's, from what I saw, it was epic as fuck. I need to watch more. Forze, peak fucking fiction. Wizard had some little things I disagreed with that could have been done better. Drive's Kino. Amazon's, it's like if Amazon wasn't as good. And unfortunately, I have to dump both of these in raw, because despite being very good, they're still missing a little something that I can't place, but you can feel that it's missing, you know. Build, I might have cried on episode 21. You know, the first time that Sento has to actually kill someone. I have not seen enough of this, or this to say anything. And as far as it's going, Revice's peak. Oh, look, that's what I mentioned. The Tier Maker logo covering shit up. You know? I'm gonna vom. Now notice how I specifically go out of my way not to name any of these as particularly bad. That's because they all have their own strengths and weaknesses, and I feel like acknowledging that every season is someone's favorite is an important step of fully appreciating the season or the series. Like, imagine, if you will, if we all just started calling each other's taste irrefutably bad instead of just saying, oh, in my opinion, that sucks, you know? Imagine if, like, for absolutely no goddamn reason, we all decided, yeah, I'm gonna dog on the same series for fucking 4 years, and I'm gonna make it an annoying meme, and I'm going to make it so that, whenever someone brings up they like a season, everyone else is gonna start being a dickhead. Now, this may seem really specific. That's because it is. It's because of the Proto-Dubs Kamen Rider Ghost is a bad season meme. Fuck you. Fuck you. Glad you don't make content anymore. Fuck you. Like, it might seem like a bit of an overreaction, and it totally is. Are you kidding me? Totally is an overreaction. But, like, dude, to this day, you still have crayon eaters. Just absolutely crawling out of the woodwork saying, Kamen Rider Ghost is a bad season. It's like, no, nice opinion. Where'd you get it from? Proto-Dubs? It's just annoying. It's dumb as fuck. Alright, so. Alright, and that's another masterpiece finished. Release that out into the world. Perfect. Now, it's been a wonderful evening with you all. However, I as the old man I am, I'm getting a little tired. I wanna go play Earthbound on the Nintendo. So I'm gonna leave. I'm going to leave you in the hands of a very capable friend of the channel. Okay? I'm going to get out wireless headphones so I can connect them to my phone. And of course, as per usual, have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves and stop clenching your jaw. Alright, just getting the raid loaded up. We'll be raiding a friend of the channel, Tomiko Ruby. Let's get that loaded up on the phone. Alright, here we go. Tama is playing Lost Ark, a recently released computer RPG that is a lot like the Diablo games. All I ask is that when you get in and you start saying, sing the raid song, sing the raid song. It's funny. Nobody knows what the raid song is. It's hilarious. Alright. So, raid in 8 seconds. Alright. Have a wonderful night, everybody.